I would like to ask you for help with my health. I've been going up and down with my health over past years, and it's like chronic condition. I just can't walk, and it's better and it's worse, and it's better and it's worse.
Well, we'd like you to notice the correlation, and you can. We're going to give you a full version of this, and then we'll talk about where to start. You did really well just now. Did you notice?
Because I was excited.
because you were in alignment. Because you were in alignment. Because you were focused upon what you wanted rather than upon the absence of what you wanted. And we know, so easy to offer words when you're not walking in those moccasins. We get how that feels when someone explains to you what you ought to be doing or how it could be better than it is. But we really want you to, over the next little while, just notice, all of you, about anything, especially anything that is physical. If you will notice that you have momentum, you allow momentum to get started without realizing that you're doing it. And often, you don't even notice that the momentum has been underway until it manifests in a way that isn't pleasing to you. So if you can just start with the subject of momentum, and the thing that we most want to say to you, and it is our expectation that you will hear it and receive it fully. And these are fairly newly offered words in this forum. We haven't been talking about this so much, but it's what you have brought this understanding and this conversation to. Your vibrational climate, which is your point of attraction, which is everything, is current. It's current. It's not based on yesterday. It's not based upon something from a past life. It's not based on even the thoughts that you were thinking yesterday. Your point of attraction right here, right now, the cells of your body and their relationship to source, everything that you are living, everything that you are, your vibrational climate is current. So just rest with that for a minute. It's current. It's emanating right now. It's emanating right now. Now, why is it emanating the way that it is might be a question worth contemplating. Am I offering a vibration right now because of what I thought yesterday and what I thought the day before and what I thought the day before? Well, yes, usually you do, because that's what a belief is. A belief is just a thought that you keep thinking. And so it's normal for your beliefs to make it through the night, even though your momentum stopped while you slept. Are you up to speed with this? Are you following this? But why did your beliefs make it through the night? Because you picked them up first thing this morning and activated them again and kept the momentum going. But it's conceivable, it's possible, it's sure that you could, if you can hear what we're saying, you could wake up tomorrow morning and change the momentum of those thoughts some. Not completely. It's illogical. You're not going to have a lobotomy. You're not going to stop talking to people who are expecting you to be the way that you have been. In other words, there's so much that holds you in the patterns of thought that you've been thinking. But what we want to convey to you is that it does not need to be that way. You could start every day new. So when you wake up in the morning, when you put yourself in bed tonight, we're saying this to all of you, set forth the intention, I understand that while I sleep, and I will sleep, that my momentum will stop, that there will be enough distraction from my point of attraction that the momentum will subside, which means all of my beliefs, you're going to like this, are suspended. There is this vortex of well-being where your inner being stands, who keeps all of those what you want beliefs active. But there's no one with any sort of power, one who's connected to this is more powerful than a million who are not, who is keeping your unwanted beliefs active. No one but you. and the people who observe you and expect. But that's a small circle in comparison with what's going on here. Now, you following what we're getting at? So you slumber, your momentum stops, except this momentum has the potential of being picked up. The other momentum, it all depends on how you start your day. It all depends on whether you nudge that car and get it rolling down the hill, and it's rolling down the hill, and then at the end of the day, you're trying to stop that car. You get what we're talking about. If you will get up in the morning after having said to yourself the night before, all of my beliefs will be suspended. My inner being will keep everything that is important to me going. I will have easy access to that. I will begin my momentum the way I want it to be. And then just find thoughts that are simple and easy to feel good about and let that momentum go. The first day, you probably won't even make it till breakfast before you're off on your negative track again. And the second day, it won't be much better. And the third day, probably not either. But by the time you get into this a week or two or three or four, what begins to happen is you have reset your expectation button. You've reset your point of attraction. You will be in a different vibrational place. And then these words that we're saying to you, your emanation, your atmosphere is current. It's current. It has to do with what you're thinking, And it gets easier and easier and easier for you to think what you mean to think.
Thank you.
You're not going to move from this to this all of a sudden, but you can move from worry to positive expectation. You already have just in this conversation. Although there has been a little bit of you digging in your heels and thinking your own thoughts, even as we've been speaking, because after all, you have this reality that you've been living. You've got this reality that you are living that you want to count for something. That's the thing that's so tricky about all of this. Reality that has manifested means so much to all of you that it's hard for you to get the momentum about what you really want going because you are so enamored with what is. And it's harder when what is hindering unless you are deliberately looking for the evidence that we are talking about here. So this is our encouragement to you. Accept that. As you just said to us, it won't be hard for you to accept it because you already know it. You said it to us. Ups and downs. Sometimes easier than not. It is our encouragement to you. We never make assignments, but it's our assignment to you. We hardly ever make assignments, hardly ever. It's our strong encouragement to you that you pay attention to how you're feeling and what you're thinking emotionally, and that you begin noticing that your physical condition is easily tied to that. Don't you get a headache when you're in a bad mood? Don't you slam your finger in the door when you're having a bad day? Don't you stumble over things because of your emotional attitude? Aren't you able to make those correlations? You can make those correlations. And once you begin making them, once you begin saying to yourself, I'm the creator of my own experience, but most of all, I'm the creator of my mood. I'm the creator of my mood. If you will, for we've been saying, Jane Roberts translated Seth's block of thought about that many, many years ago. You create your own reality. And it was Jerry's greatest question. How is it that we create our own reality? You create your own reality. We want to, for 30 days, ask you to replace the words I create my own reality to these words. I create my own mood. I create my own mood. Because then, like our friend who says, I am happy. I am happy. I create my own mood. I create my own mood. Therefore, I create my own reality. I create my own mood. I create my own mood. Not only do I create my own mood, my mood is the only thing that matters. It matters more than how I walk. It matters more than how much money I have. It matters more than everything put together. It matters. My mood matters most. My mood matters most. And it's the easiest thing to create. It's the easiest thing to create if I start on the inside of it. See? You're following? It's going to be all right. You'll see.